Hey guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make my healthified chocolate truffles. These babies are refined, sugar-free, and gluten-free, making them the perfect lightened up holiday treat. This episode is part of the Kin Community Edible Gifts collaboration, so a lot of different channels have come together to share their favorite edible gifts. Be sure to check them all out on this playlist. But first, let's take a look at my no-bake chocolate truffles. For this recipe to work, you really only need 3 ingredients: dates, almonds, and cocoa powder. So we're just going to start by blending up the almonds in the food processor until you get a nice flour. Then you will add in your soaked dates and cocoa powder. I always soak my dates just to make sure that they blend up really nicely in the processor. And today I went with some optional add-ins: cinnamon, vanilla, and salt. Blend in the food processor until it becomes a nice pasty consistency. It will be gooey. So gooey in fact that you won't really be able to work with it until it firms up a bit. So I like to transfer teaspoon-sized bits of the dough onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and then just chill it in the fridge for a few hours or even overnight. For this recipe, I was able to make about 50 truffle balls and I had to use 2 baking sheets to fit them all in the fridge. You could just chill the dough without portioning it out, but I think doing it before makes it easier on me later on. While those are chilling, let's gather up our toppings and dippings for the truffles. Today I'm using a dark chocolate coating with holiday sprinkles, finely chopped walnuts, crushed peppermint, and unsweetened shredded coconut. The truffles are sweet enough with just the dates, so we do not need to use sweetened coconut. Once removed from the fridge, you should be able to easily roll each bit of truffle mix into a ball. Yum! To get the toppings to stick, we are going to use the dark chocolate to get a nice sticky coating on the truffles. Melt your chocolate either in the microwave or using a double boiler method, and since I have been bringing that up a lot lately in my episodes, I thought that today I would show you just how I do it to make sure we are all on the same page. You're going to fill a pot of water and bring it to a boil. Place a large glass bowl directly on top of the pot and fill it with your chocolate pieces. It will melt quickly, so be sure to stay with it and avoid getting any liquid in there. Even a drop of water will give you clumpy chocolate instead of a nice smooth consistency. If you're having a little trouble getting your chocolate as creamy as you'd like, you can always add a few drops of coconut oil. We are going to take one of our truffle balls and use 2 forks or any utensils you want really to just coat it in the melted chocolate. And you really only need a thin layer because we just need enough on there to get the toppings to stick. Then you can just dip your chocolate covered truffle into your bowl of toppings and coat it lightly using a spoon. Now repeat with all of your toppings and truffles. So we have the gift, but how do we make it even more exciting to share? Well, mason jars are always a winner, am I right? Thumbs up for mason jars! And I have got an easy trick to make your jar look a little more festive. Fill up a mason jar with your assorted truffles. Now if you want a batch to go a little bit further and make a few more gifts, you could always use smaller mason jars, am I right? Separate your mason jar lid, and once the jar is filled with truffles, you can put the flat piece on top. Grab any festive cupcake liner that you like and flatten it out as much as you can. You're just going to wrap your flattened liner around the lip of the jar and then use the other piece of the top to seal it shut. And of course, top it with a bow. It's so cute! It's like a little festive skirt for the jar. And the jar is perfect because you can see the texture of the beautiful truffles inside. And there you have it! Delectable bite-sized truffles that are healthy and ready to gift. Yes, the toppings will affect how healthy they are, but you know what? You are not going to find a truffle that is healthier and easier to make. It's like peppermint mocha. And it's so light too, which is maybe a problem. I think my favorite is the peppermint, or maybe the walnut. Thank you so much for watching. It is time now for you to go and check out all of the other edible gifts on the playlist. Try them out and subscribe to their channels, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. For this recipe and more, you know you can head to mindovermunch.com. And remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch. Coconut. Maybe this is my favorite. Making the I can't say any words. 50 dough balls. Nope, 50 truffle balls. I don't want to just say balls. Gather up our fillings. Nope, not fillings. Toppings.
Toppings and dippings.
Toppings and dippings for the truffles. Whoops!